Welcome to the big show. This is the Horror Syndicate Discourse. Tonight we are doing a commentary on Return of the Living Dead. I'm going to add the other fellers. We've got Seth, who's usually with us, Seth T. Miller.
Welcome to the big show. This is the Horror
You've got Jared, zombie survivor. He's very sensual in the bedroom tonight. And then we've got Nathan Thomas Milliner, and we are prepared to watch Return of the Living Dead. We're going to talk about it. You know, what's funny is I've been doing podcasts for the Horror Syndicate for 5 years, and we've done 2 commentaries on Return of the Living Dead. This will be the second one, and never talked about it. So anyway, let us know if you're out there. Let us know how you feel about the movie. If you're going to watch it with us, I am currently here. I'll turn my on that. Paulist. And I'll probably just show my screen because I also have food that I'm eating. So hello, Andre. Of course, we will share your comments on the screen as we normally do. So let us know how you love the movie. We'll tell you how much we love the movie. Share this. Hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit the like button too. And you guys ready to go? Who's ready? Nate's gone.
His pup's ready to go.
Yeah, looks like it. Should I bother putting the banner up? Or the overlay? All right. You guys ready to hit play?
Yep.
All right. I'm hitting play in 3, 2. Now. Okay. My remote sucks. I got to be honest. It's like it doesn't directly connect to my Blu-ray players. All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah. Alex is here, hopefully watching along. Never seen any Living Dead other than Dawn of the Dead remake. You should remedy that immediately.
Yeah.
It's 4th of July weekend, buddy boy. We are celebrating Zombie Month all month long, so maybe it's time to start watching some zombie movies. I'm gonna see if I can do this like I did last time when we did the Immortal Classic Silver Bullet. There's Gold Peak. Just so I can eat. St. Louis, what's up? So anybody remember the first time they saw this?
I remember the exact day I saw this. Yep, not the exact date, but
Outside the 80s?
It was a significant time. It was in '86. I was 11. No, 10. I was 10, and my dad and I were up late. My mom and my sister were in bed. And so we were looking for something to watch. We were on cable, and Return of the Living Dead came on. So we watched it. And it was like just one of the best movie watching experiences I have. It was so fun. We were just obsessed with it. The next day we were talking about it at my cousin's birthday party to everybody that would listen. And, of course, we got a kick out of it because then it's revealed that it's Louisville, Kentucky, which is where we lived.
Yeah.
And
it's cool.
But the other thing I remember just distinctly is right after it, Andrew Dice Clay came on. And so my dad had no idea who Andrew Dice Clay was. I didn't, of course, I was 10. And the first thing out of his mouth is, "So I got my tongue up this chick's ass." And, it gets boring at the bank, at the line at the bank. Yeah, so I just remember my dad saying it, "Well, too late now," and we watched it too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I saw this till the 90s when I was in high school. And then it kind of disappeared, and I didn't see it again until it came out on DVD in the early 2000s. And then, like, people came over to watch it all the time. We'd watch Shaun of the Dead and then this. You got any more zombie movies? I got one better than Shaun of the Dead. How about this? Seth, what about you?
I don't really remember when I first saw it, but I remember when I was in college, for the brief period of time I was there, me and my roommate, we rented a big TV for our dorm room, and I would have to walk like an hour from the T station all the way to the store to pay the rent on it, and there was a little like video comic book store right next to it, and I got the DVD for pretty cheap. And at that time, I didn't really give it a fair shake because I'm still like such a like hardcore Romero fan. I just couldn't get past the idea of like a comedy like this and with like the fast zombies. But then I rewatched it like 6 years ago, and I've been obsessed ever since. This movie fucking cracks me up.
Yeah, such a great cast of characters between the younger people like the punks here, and then the older cast.
Yeah,
Kalfa, or however you say his name, and
Yeah.
and Clue Gallagher. I just watched the documentary More Brains, which strangely enough is available on YouTube illegally, I'm sure. But 2 hours, great documentary. It's actually longer than the movie. It's an absolute must if you're gonna be if you're a Return of the Living Dead fan.
Or the score by my buddy Lito Velasco, who scored The Confession of Fred Krueger, by the way.
Really?
Yep.
Was not aware of that. That was cool.
Yeah, Lito's done a lot of scores for stuff. Like he did a score for the Hellraiser documentary too, the Leviathan.
Really? That's
Yeah.
cool. Leviathan is one boring ass documentary. Gary, what about you? Any memories of the first time? Are you about to have your first time in bed?
In bed. No, I kind of like Seth. I can't really remember the first time I saw it. But it was also the first time where it kind of takes away from the zombie movies that we grew up watching, and it kind of gave a humorous take on things. I was kind of late on the bandwagon on this movie, pretty much, but it's like, I don't know. It's definitely one of the first like zombie movies that had a horror and comedy relation to it that I had not seen before. I want to say I was probably like in my 20s when I first saw this, so I was definitely a little late to the game, like Seth was.
Yeah. I love the realism of it. You know, it just ends with the military nuking Louisville.
Yeah, I'm still bullshit. I'm still here.
They missed.
They missed us. They must have hit like Indiana or something. How great is James Karen and Tom Matthews together in this movie?
Oh, they are.
They're so great.
Amazing charisma.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the only reason why I kind of like the second movie.
Good reason. I'm the Michael Jackson zombie.
I barely remember the second movie. Every time I watch them, I always think about how I forget about things. The only thing that really sticks out, other than these two being in the second one, is the little kid. That's in the movie. That's about the only thing I really remember. Mind the third step. It's a bitch. Can you guys hear my TV?
A little bit.
I remember. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember having fun with the sequel. But then again, I was a kid.
It's not too bad. It's just like they leaned a little too heavy on the comedy aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this had a perfect balance. That one did not.
Yeah. which this was originally supposed to be straight horror, from what I understand, and
Yeah.
you know, John Russo's book
Oh,
Yeah.
was straightforward. Toby Hooper was supposed to direct it, but got busy with Life Force and had to quit.
Yep.
And Dan O'Bannon took over, and what I understand, he said, you don't want to. I don't want to step on the shoes of George Romero, so we got to go the opposite. We got to go funny.
Yeah. And it works, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of my top 5. Probably my 5th favorite zombie movie.
Yeah, I think that's about where it is for me.
I think it's number 3 or 4 for me.
Did we post that on Facebook or just on our chat?
I don't know.
I posted mine to my own Facebook page.
I know you did, buddy. I'm gonna look, see if it's on our chat. Where does this rank on everybody out there's list?
definitely in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I think it's number 5 for me. No, you're wrong, Emily. The sequel's not better than the third. The third is a masterpiece. I do like the third quite a bit. I don't know. That was the first one I saw, actually. It was the third one. And I caught it before the opening credits, so I had no idea. It was like on Showtime or something like that. And
Third one is so bizarre, but it's good.
I love it, man. I fell in love with Melinda Clark that day. And then when she became a zombie, I fell in love even more.
I know I watched it when it came out in it's like 93, right? It was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like a junior in high school. And I remember I didn't remember much about it, and then when I watched it like a year or two ago for the first time since then, and like I had so much fun with it. And even at 40 something years old, I was like, "Oh my God, Melinda Clark, I'm falling in love already." So yeah. It's just something so attractive about her, even though, I mean, you know, I don't know.
Nate, you have it at number 4.
I have it at 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Dawn.
Shaun of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, 68.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I think I might have posted mine on my Facebook.
I almost went to Unita store, the place when I was in LA, because that building's still up. It's out there.
Yeah, Sean Clark did Horror's Hallowed Grounds. Found most of the filming location. I like this scene where the wife's like, "How was your day?" Crap.
We're having lamb chops. I had them for lunch.
For lunch. Bullshit. They don't serve that in the mess hall. Come on. Yeah, I must have put mine on my Facebook. I'll have to look. I'm almost certain this is 5. Trying to look for shit on my Facebook is a fool's errand.
The usual crap.
David Gill was saying something about having a double feature of this and Night of the Creeps.
That's a good double feature.
That's a really good double feature there.
Yeah.
I can still remember seeing the TV spots for Night of the Creeps when I was, what was that? It's 87? Is that when that came out?
86, I believe.
86. I just remember that Tom Atkins classic. Yeah, I got good news and bad news, girls.
Yeah.
I remember that from the TV spots.
And you gotta love Tommy Atkins in that movie too.
Wow.
Another good, solid cast. Another good movie. That's one I got coming from Scream Factory that should be in here in about 6 months.
We'll forgive you, Fred, for naming characters after all the horror guys. All these little jokes.
And I saw somebody else do that recently. Indie horror guru. Christ, Apple, I don't know. I love this guy. God, I can't find this list.
I gotta turn mine up. I can't even hear it.
Oh yeah,
I put subtitles on for mine.
I did, but they didn't come up.
So here's Return of the Living Dead's number 5 on my list. Or as I wrote, Return of the Living Dead. Followed by Night of the Living Dead 68, Dawn of the Dead 04, Night of the Living Dead 90, and Dawn of the Dead. I think, is Dawn of the Dead everybody's favorite?
No.
Yours is Night of the Living Dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I think-
No, I don't believe that for 1 second. Your favorite zombie movie is An American Werewolf in London. That means everything for you.
It's my It's also my favorite action movie, my favorite romance movie, my favorite comedy.
I mean, listen, it could almost be a zombie movie if you think about it, because Jack, you know, I mean, he's not really a zombie, but. Suicide, the unsung hero of the movie, with the best haircut ever. It's like the reverse of my haircut.
I never thought Vic could look any more crazier.
Do you know he's 6'5", or he was? Look at him. Yes, that's came out.
They said he died of leukemia, right?
Yeah.
They said.
Yeah.
Really?
How old was he?
He was only like 34, or no, 37.
That's all I remember him as is Vic and Scuzz.
Suicide.
Suicide.
Scuzz is the other one. Is Linnea Quigley wearing a Michael Jackson Thriller jacket? How off are you guys to me, or am I to you?
I'm not exactly where you're at.
I'm in the cemetery and they're just walking in.
What is he carrying there? Is that like an ammo box? The preppy looking guy is annoyingly negative in the documentary.
I remember him from was it North Shore, the surfing movie?
He looks like a surfer.
Yeah.
Whoever's TV that was. I heard James Karen cough and echo. Oh.
That Richard Nixon on the wall?
Looks like him.
I had a chance to meet him. He was at a show in Louisville, and something happened. Missed him. I have met Tom, and he's just a sweetheart.
Yeah, I always wanted to meet him. Of course, he was at one of the Horror Hounds or something like that in Charlotte, or Days of the Dead is what it was, and I just couldn't drive that far.
I met him in a Cincinnati Horror Hound.
Well, Scott Montgomery's here now. We can start having fun. Do you want to party? They start looking bad instantly. Have you guys seen the original makeup artist's Yellow Man before?
The original makeup artist. And they totally seem and feel like they are very, very sick. The whole movie, like, to the point makes you sick. Watch, like you can feel their suffering.
They sound like Jared's ex-wife.
Poor Pooch.
Now this part scared me. Not scared me, but freaked me out the first time I saw it.
The butterfly is a great touch.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. That is a good touch.
See, the eye chart says Bert is a slave worker and a
The cheap son of a
cheap
bitch.
son of a bitch.
I like that. He says, "You son of a bitch," or "You asshole." Watch your mouth when you want like this. I love that line.
Keep this job. I'm gonna call the boss.
I need a cup of coffee. Okay, here we go.
Bird. Trash about to go trashy.
Yeah, I'm about to turn the camera.
You might want to.
Yeah, you gotta turn it around. I might get kicked off. Did you read about? I don't know if they said that in the documentary.
Some light over here.
They were talking about like when they originally shot it, she had pubic hair, and somebody important showed up on the set and were like, "You can't do that. You can't show pubic hair." So they sent her off and they shaved her, and then she came back and like, "That's even worse." So then they put some like cup on her or something. Like,
Yeah.
like so weird.
She said they had to mold her vagina inside her underwear, and she said it's the weirdest sensation. That was on the documentary, and then so she had this like plug in her vagina. But the best part is the way it's cut is Miguel Nunez going titties every couple seconds, titties. That's all I love about that movie. Apparently, the outfit that the Freddie's girlfriend's wearing is his. Miguel Nunez. Yeah. Jewel Shepard, what a bitch.
Oh man, she was something else on that documentary.
Yeah. You ever see Hollywood Hot Tubs? I don't care what
I know she did porn and everything, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I heard, yeah.
First thing I remember seeing her in was Hollywood Hot Tubs back on Skinamax way back in the old days.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clu Gulager is in the phones. I love that man.
He is 92 years old.
I got to meet him 2 years ago. He was hilarious. Still, he's just like quick-witted, funny.
So nothing's changed.
Bruce Campbell and interrupted our meeting. in his white Danny Terrell suit.
Hey Luke, how you doing? Luke Hardeman's here. Loves Return of the Living Dead. Is it safe to turn the camera back on, or do people want to look at upward angle of my face? Listen, you can go to where is it?
I'll tell you what,
one of these. Just saying.
I'll tell you, all they need is a methadone clinic. That's what they need.
That's what we need. Goddamn methadone clinic. God, we should do that movie sometime.
Nightmare 2. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We could get Mark. I don't know if Mark would do it. Maybe we get Roman. And
we should try. Well, Roman would be fun to do too.
I mean, I know he's done hundreds of movies in his career, but like this performance and his performance as the bartender in Feast, that's all I know him as.
What about Nightmare 2?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that one. But the only reason that Feast reminds me of that is because his son directed it. It's like, oh, that's cute.
Did his son do all three of them?
John did. He did all of them. Yeah.
Now I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second and third, but Feast is a lot of fun.
Feast is really underrated and forgotten.
Yeah,
lovely.
I agree.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind talk about that one because I haven't seen that since it came out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to talk. I'd like to have a reason to watch 2 and 3.
You started on time.
I'm the guy who's going to save your ass.
After this part here, because this is awesome. This part always got me. And you can
I
hear
hit
it
the
hit the
fucking
concrete.
brain.
Yeah, Dave, you good?
That's a kind of a
For a
new.
Nightmare 2 commentary?
Nightmare
Say again,
2.
Nate?
Now this one, I mean, they can't really kill them, right?
No.
And this is the first movie. Of course, the whole brains thing
Mhm.
and running zombies. Not the first running zombie movie. I think there was an Italian zombie movie that had running zombies.
Hmm.
And earlier than this one, I can't remember the title, like Nightmare or City of the
Oh, Nightmare
something.
City.
So what it is, Nightmare City. They have
Yeah,
running
Nightmare
zombies.
City. Yeah, I don't know that they're zombies because they all look like they're wearing masks.
I know they like
It's
shoot
very
machine
odd.
guns and shit.
And they carry weapons. Yeah, it's a fun movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, if you haven't seen the original Yellow Man, you got to look it up. It's insane. If I can find it, actually. You think the movie lied?
It's just a couple of legs, guys.
What kind of acid would dissolve a body? Sulfuric acid. No. Aqua regia. That's stronger. That's better. But what if it doesn't dissolve everything? Like the bones. What are we gonna do? Where are you going?
Let's say Clue was hired to do this a day before shooting began.
Apparently, him and Dan O'Bannon did not get along either.
They wanted Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, there was a couple people. Leslie Nielsen's the only one that I can remember offhand. But yeah, and him and apparently Dan O'Bannon got in a lot of fights on set where Clue went after him with a baseball bat once and threw something at him as he was walking out the door and hit the door and made a loud bang.
He's like a classic tough guy.
Yeah, well, he was like he said that Dan O'Bannon didn't know how to treat the actor. It's conflicting because Tom Matthews and James Karen and Kafla, they said that he was great to work with and he was very friendly to the actors. While almost every one of the punks were like he was very difficult to work with. He was kind of scary. Like the main girl, I can never remember, Jill or whatever her name is. Not Jill, is it? Anyway,
Beverly.
Beverly, yeah. When she went to meet him to read for the part, she went to his house, and apparently there were guns laying out in the house, and there was porno on the TV. And she just left.
I don't know too much about Dan. I mean, I know he went to USC. He was like with John Carpenter, and they did Dark Star together. And he was a writer of Alien, correct?
Yep.
And I know that he starred in a short on USC called Hudson's Release, which Dan says that John kind of was inspired by that when he made Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, John says kind of the same thing about him.
Yeah,
I mean,
they both were sponges.
They steal from each other, I guess.
Yeah.
But Dan O'Bannon did star in Dark Star as well.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Ernie is my favorite character in this movie.
Did you? Yeah. Did you guys hear that Wes Craven was attached to direct Superman 4 at one point? I found that out today.
I heard that.
Do what now?
Wes Craven was attached to direct Superman 4.
So they're saying that Ernie is supposed to be an escaped Nazi, correct?
Yeah. So they named him after an actual Nazi officer.
Yeah, he's got his Nazi shit on the wall back there, and he's listening to German music.
And his pistol.
Yeah, he's got the Ruger, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely Ruger.
Came
I-
not. I don't know how many Nazis came to Louisville. I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Let's
I
find
guess I
out.
didn't really catch that reference.
I went to Brazil.
I mean, I don't really care for that idea because, like, he's such a likable guy in this movie. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird that he was a Nazi.
That's a strange choice. Maybe that was part of Dan's like his oddball part.
So how much? I don't know if you guys know this, but how much of the script did John Russo actually write?
They didn't use any of his script, did they?
No, I don't
Dan
believe
like
so.
totally rewrite it.
Yeah.
I know he was like projected to be part of this because it's supposed to be like a sequel to Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
It's his
Yeah.
sequel to Night of the Living Dead, essentially.
I have fun. John Russo little tidbit. Like first comic convention I ever worked. After we printed our first book. Was at a show in Columbus, Ohio, and John Russo was sitting across from us. So he was sharing a table with a 8-year-old girl and her dad. And the 8-year-old girl had made this comic book, and that little girl just sold all kinds of shit all weekend. John Russo, no one was stopping. I think I did go buy. He had copies of the novel, Return of the Living Dead. But that little girl was out selling everybody.
I wonder how much the novel is similar to this.
All right, we got bags, guys. We got bags.
I love that I read that what's inside them are those the monkeys with the symbols are wind up monkeys. That's great. It's genius.
You know these things happen.
So you think got top 10 horror films of the 80s right here? Should it be on a list?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. With all due respect to Day of the Dead, I think it's probably the best zombie movie of the 80s.
I like this better than Day of the Dead. Like, I love Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
But this is just so much more fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think for entertainment value, it's way better. Not to take anything away from it, but yeah, it is a lot more entertaining.
I go back and forth on which one I like better. Anybody watching, you like this or Day of the Dead better? Let us know in the comments. I go back and forth, though. Day of the Dead is a masterpiece, in my opinion.
Day of the Dead's got the better effects of zombies.
Oh, for sure. But
they're so different. Like, Day of the Dead is so dark and scary and bleak.
It's funny, though. I know they're completely opposite movies. But it's funny that the two most iconic zombies ever are from Day of the Dead and Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Tarman and Bud.
Bub, yeah. That's not a rabid weasel. What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh god.
Yeah, David Gill says top 10 period for him. And Luke Hardman says he likes Day of the Dead better than Return of the Living Dead.
There's no wrong answer.
No.
Yeah, that's.
They both of them are my top 10 zombie films. Easily.
You want to know something? I like Night of the Living Dead 1990 better than 1968.
I'm sure there's other people that feel that along with
Well, I saw it first, and I love Barbara's depiction in that way better. Although I was watching Night of the Living Dead last night, and there's some great moments that I don't notice ever. Yeah, like the scene where they come upstairs and says it's not 3 yet, and like, oh, it's 10 till, and she's like, oh, it's 3, it's coming close. And like her descent into madness is insane in that movie.
I'm hard pressed to pick
Hey,
one or
fuck
the
you,
other.
Ballbuster. What? Sorry.
With the originals, Night versus the remakes, I love both of them, and they're. I know Night of the Living Dead is the originals. I don't know. It's a tough call. I do, yeah, of course, prefer Patricia Tallman's Switch.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, I like what they did with Barbara in the remake better, but the original film is like it's one of my favorite horror movies. Period. So I kind
Yeah,
of stick with the original on that.
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough.
I just
Tough
love
call.
I love the camera angles. I love the lighting, the music. Just everything works for me for that movie.
Same here.
Eh,
Mm.
it's okay. There's like, I mean, Dwayne, he carries that entire movie, in my opinion. The rest of the actors are fucking dumb compared to him in that movie. It's his movie completely. Where I think the cast is more well rounded in the remake. You know,
Cooper wasn't bad in the original.
I I didn't like him
Yeah,
as much. I
Cooper in
watched
the
it last night. I'm
original
like,
was the
Cooper's very
dynamic.
bland. It's I like his wife better in this one in the original.
I
But I
like
like
the I like the sheriff in the original. Yeah, they're
yeah,
dead. They're all
it's
messed
all messed up. Yeah,
up. And even though
They're
I like
all messed up.
even though I like Bill Moseley, you can't replace the original Johnny. Like I just like
oh, he did a great job though, Bill Mosley did.
yeah.
I mean,
We did.
it was
But
great.
I would say also I like the ending to the original way better than the ending to the remake.
Yeah, I like the whole. Yeah, it's disturbing
Another
ending
one
in the
for the
original.
fire, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Helena came down. My daughter came down right as it was ending, and she's like, "Does he turn into a zombie?" Because she's seen the remake, and I'm like, "No, watch this." And he, he's carrying the gun, kind of getting ready to look out the window, and bam, they shoot him. And she goes, "Why'd they shoot him?" I was like, "I don't know. Why do you think?" She's like, "Because they're racist." I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, maybe.
yeah.
I like this part.
That was one of the things that made that movie so, like, I wouldn't say trailblazing, but at the same time, yeah, George Romero casted Dwayne Jones in the lead role, 1968.
What about that holster? Looks like a toy holster. But apparently James Cameron told them that he wanted his death scene to be different. He came up with the idea to do this, and they added this line that he says in just a minute, "I could run this damn thing" or whatever, just so they could put him in there. Yeah, that.
And she even changes this with him being a Nazi. It's like that's like worse.
And I love the theme that pops on when the trioxin goes into the atmosphere.
And it's out in the air. I love this theme song.
I do too.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, the music's awesome.
A little bit of acid rain.
It's kind of funny though. It wasn't like '85 was kind of like the punk thing was kind of going out
Hmm.
really in
Yeah, that was
'85.
early '80s.
Yeah, I mean this is like hair metal time. That's what this was going on. And glam rock. I guess I mean there's still punk bands around.
You're right though. That phase was like late '70s, early
I
'80s.
think I think Linnea quickly talked about that too, about how she was happy that there was no heavy metal in this because that was what was going around then.
Yeah.
So in this group, I wonder how often she got naked because like apparently it was nothing new to them.
What's that? Oh, like the carrot group? Like,
Yeah, trash. Yeah,
I mean, don't they say something like she starts like, "Oh, here she goes."
yeah. Trash is
like
getting
Take off
naked.
her clothes again.
same
Yeah.
shit, different day. Trash is gonna get naked.
No, originally her name was Legs.
It's coming down like I didn't dream. It's like
How can he see out that window? Do you know the skeleton that pops up and the mouth drops, so the jaw drops open? That's what the makeup guy fired.
Yeah, they were like really disappointed in it.
Hmm. Well, I mean, based on the concept drawings that they showed, or there's some really badass looking rotted, corpses, and he throws out a skeleton that barely looks like it has any makeup on him.
Yeah,
I still love it because it's kind of goofy, it kind of goes with the comedy.
yeah. William Stout does. We have a show here in Louisville. It's gone on. It's like the first thing I ever went to. It's called Wonderfest. It's like a modeling show, but it's very old school horror. A lot of Universal, Hammer, Godzilla kind of theme, but they bring in people from the industry. Greg Nicotero comes almost every year just to hang out. That's where I met Romero. But William Stout's there every year, him and Frank Dietz. And last time William was here, I got one of those Tarman action figures autographed by him. He had them in his booth. He was the art director, art designer, designed all them, zombies and stuff.
Yeah, he was a production designer, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's really fantastic artist.
Yeah. Well, his concept designs for the zombies, the one that always sticks out to me is the Civil War zombie that still has a beard.
Yeah, it was a cool show. I did it. It was like the first year I haven't gone. Was this last year with COVID? I guess
Did
where I
they
met.
still have it going on?
They didn't have it. No, it's but like I said, it's been going forever. Like I started going there in the '90s, and like I said, I met George Romero there. I met Bernie Wrightson, and like Bernie was doing he was drawing his Frankenstein right in front of us while talking to us
No,
with a Sharpie, and it was after he had one, like a stroke, so he'd hold it like this by the end of it to draw, and just the fact watch him draw Frankenstein. There's like 5 of us in the room because it's a very small, low key show, and not a lot of people go. Like usually it's the collectors people. That's one that James Karen was at. It's not like a celebrity based show though. They bring in 1 or 2 people. Sometimes it's people from that era, like somebody from Lost in Space or something like that.
So that's in Louisville?
Yeah, goes on every summer, I think, till last year. It's fun. It's mostly, like I said, a modeling show, old school horror sci-fi show. I think that's where they give out the Rondo Awards. Is that Rondo Awards?
I don't know.
Which I almost won, but let's see who beat me. I beat Bruce Timm.
Really?
I beat Bruce Timm, but Daniel Horn beat me. And then one year Rick Baker was up against something I was nominated for. Rick Baker won that.
Oh, you know Rick Baker.
Rick Baker.
Oh, that guy.
Why is he? I'm like, why is he painting now?
The review time.
We were pretty much frame for frame, Ray.
Good. Good.
You talk about Nunes was homeless when he got this part.
Yeah. Yeah. He said nobody knew, but he was homeless. That's one of his outfits right there. Can you imagine him wearing that?
I always really liked him. He had such great, and like he just didn't do a lot of work. Like he should have got more work. He had a lot of charisma. Very. Yeah. There was just something really interesting about him.
Tarzan.
He was in Leprechaun 4, unfortunately.
All right. Upgrade.
He was Friday the 13th, part 5.
Yep.
I was going to say he probably wasn't homeless part 5.
Like Reggie the Reckless's brother, Demon.
Those damn enchiladas.
One of the best roles ever.
This Tarman is just insane.
Yeah, I have one for every movie, I think.
That is so upsetting the way he moves.
Yeah.
Like this is how most zombies should look.
You know, I think there's a difference. I mean, a lot of the Romero stuff, they're fresh. You know, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. By Day of the Dead, they're more rotted. Now, this is what, like 17 years after Night of the Living Dead. You know, and he was in that 10 for so long, so he's melty. He's cremelty. Look at him, he's smart as fuck. Look at this. Ingenuity.
It's kind of the great thing about this is like, you know, there's a lot of like zombie films that are, you know, you could say are like Romero's, but there's not really another zombie film like this.
What do you mean?
Just it's a unique zombie movie. I can't think of another one that's like this.
No.
I mean, I can think of a million that are like Romero's.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like Romero's because that's what everybody thinks is. I mean, even The Walking Dead is like Romero.
Yeah. Except, you know, they missed the brilliance and all that Romero had, but.
Well, a lot of times we don't see the cause of the resurrection.
Yeah.
The cause of this movie gives us the reason it happens,
and this also does. Excuse me, is like a throwback to Thriller, where you when I thought of zombies, always it was all them coming out of the ground, but you never see that except for like in this. And
except Thriller,
yeah.
Thriller was probably my introduction to the whole zombie concept.
Oh yeah,
I'm so young. And so, yeah, like, so when you see them coming out of that scene, like that graveyard, I remember, like, me and my sister reenacting that in the basement for our parents, crawling out of the laundry.
That was always one of my favorite things. We had the making of Thriller on tape. I watched the shit out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I always love is seeing zombies come out of the ground. And you don't see it very often. Nate, let's make a zombie movie where they come out of the ground. Let's do it.
I do have something like that in the new movie, so.
Let's make a movie together.
I
just want a producer credit.
Even Quentin put that in Kill Bill. You know, his when the bride crawls out of the
Yeah.
grave, that was inspired by the Italian zombie movies.
Have you guys seen The Dead Don't Die?
Oh, is it the Jim Jarmusch movie?
Yeah, I watched it on Saturday or something like that with Bill Murray and Adam Driver and
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton. Am I the only one-
I just love Adam Driver's little zombie ghouls.
Yeah. Well, Adam Driver's great in it as he always is.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great of a movie in my opinion, though.
I was a little let down by it.
David Gill bringing in the Italian horror reference. Burial Ground, they come out. They also bite tits in that movie.
Horn dog zombies.
Well, have you seen Burial Ground?
Yeah.
You know, it's that 23-year-old guy who's playing like a 12-year-old. Bites his mom's boob at the end because he's a zombie. Yeah, I would have liked to see Miguel Nunez in more stuff after like this and playing Demon. I liked him a lot. He was in Joanna Man. Did you guys ever see that?
What's that?
He was in a movie called Joanna Man.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. What? Like I was thinking about. Like I know I saw him in non-horror films, but I remember that one.
He's been in a few other things here and there.
Who are you talking about?
Miguel Nunez.
Oh yeah, he was also in Street Fighter.
Was he?
Yeah.
Who did he play in that?
I forget his name. He was one of General Bison's henchmen.
Oh. Let's see. He's in Jumpin' Jack Flash as Street Tough. Lethal Weapon as
Here
Thug.
we go. Zombies coming out of the ground.
Yeah, here we go. Eyeballs. You gotta love the eyeballs.
I mean, it's a skeleton. I don't know why. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. Heck.
No, it doesn't look bad. I like it, but based on the designs, like that arm that just came up was clean.
They wanted a more like the tissue
It
still on it.
made it. Yeah, Leprechaun 4 in space. Yeah, that one scene where Beverly fell down. Apparently, they filmed that a bunch.
No reflexes. Your temperature is 70 degrees.
No, don't kill the naked girl.
That's a puzzle. Because technically, you're not alive. Except you're conscious, so...
I love these two.
Yeah.
They were dead.
They said we're dead? Obviously, I didn't mean you were really dead. Dead people don't move around and talk.
So this has all been 6 hours. I noticed the clock so far.
We're gonna go get a couple of stretchers. Just hang in there. We won't be a second.
You're on PCP.
No funny moves.
The guy who plays Scuzz, apparently he did a lot more in the movie than just played his part. He acted with John Coughlin. Is it Coughlin or Coughlin?
Kalfa.
Anyway, yeah, he had to act with him with the half corpse. He was under the table, helping operate it and doing like reading the lines.
It hurts being dead. That was something I used in my zombie movie. The whole like the pain thing, like being dead. Like because like the thing that I think most influenced that one that I did was the monkey's paw story in the Tales from the Crypt movie, where somebody's been wished to like death, like to be alive forever, and like when you can't kill somebody, when you can't be released from death, and the pain, like just eternal pain kind of thing. That was terrifying when I saw this movie. They turned the headlights on.
Yeah. I like how spry these zombies are. He opened that door, jumped right in. Hey, dude. Bloody zombies.
Did they talk about the cemetery? Because it looks like a set. Did they build? Did they talk about
Yeah,
building
they
it?
did. They the set designer talked about how they got every single headstone that they could find in Hollywood, prop, and then they built a couple of them, like the Weeping Angel.
Did they build it inside, or is it? I guess it's downstage, maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely built. I'm pretty sure it's inside.
Especially to get them to coming out of the grave and all that.
Yeah, they
build it up
wanted to make
higher.
it look as cluttered as possible too.
Yeah. Well, because the trees are definitely not real trees.
Right.
We don't really have trees like that in Kentucky.
No. Did you see that zombie fly through that window like George Reeves in Superman?
I wonder why he said it in Louisville. Did it have any? Was it like his wife from Louisville, or?
I don't know. I don't see.
I feel like I heard somewhere reason. How many movies did Dan direct? This was his first direction, wasn't it?
No, I think it's a second. Okay, I think he did something very small before this.
Okay.
I'll look real fast.
Other than Dark Star.
Well, John directed Dark Star, but
I knew Dan was a big part in that.
yeah, he was a writer and star, I guess. All the Legless Zombie was...
No, this is his first directorial film.
Get him! Get him! Get him, little guy!
2 movies.
He died.
Oh, Bloodbath, 1969. It's a short film.
When did he die? Yeah, I guess maybe it was when he's in film school.
Yeah, he died in 2009, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
A lot of good writing credits, though. Blue Thunder, Life Force, Total Recall.
Mm-hmm.
I want my Life Force Blu-ray. Damn it!
I love this song. Whole soundtrack's awesome, though.
Yeah.
And that's something different too. You didn't usually hear needle drop music in a zombie movie or horror, like a lot of horror movies at the time. It gave this movie a very rock and roll punk. Do you think any other movies before this that had a lot of like?
I like that he says
rock and roll punk.
Zombie movies?
Or just any horror movie before this that had a lot of found music or like needle drop, basically.
Yeah, not that I can think before this. I know Demons did that a lot with Argento, and
yeah,
that was after this.
It was definitely after this.
Yeah,
I can't think of it. Well, maybe American Werewolf in London had a lot of moon-related songs, but that's a little different.
Yeah, Sam Cooke.
Well, all the songs that had to deal with the moon. I know somebody who that's their favorite movie. Wonder who it is.
Oh, just Sidpoor Paramedics.
Yeah,
so fucking great. It's such a great.
Sidpoor.
That's such a great bit. Paramedic.
What has you got this place? No open this. The embalming room is steel shutters. Well, let's get the hell back to the embalming room. How they doing? You all right?
What did you do to Freddy? What's wrong with him?
So I wonder whatever happened to the body he had on the slab when they first came in. Remember he was embalming.
Good point. Yeah, he was just doing the autopsy, it looked like, right?
Yeah,
Or he was embalming it. He was embalming it, wasn't
he was embalming it. Yeah.
he? Yeah. Maybe put it in one of the drawers.
Yeah, it's just done off screen. Maybe.
That actor didn't have another day. He didn't want to come back. Just that fucking slab's cold. I'm not coming back.
Continuity errors. Any Return of the Living Dead fan has to see that. Check out that More Brains documentary. It's really good.
Did they put that on any of the physical releases of the movie?
It had its own physical release. I do believe it's on the Scream Factory to me. Let me get it. So you guys can see my fat body again.
I still got the old DVD.
I think it's on the Scream Factory release.
Yeah, it's got there's a documentary. It says Party Time and Music of Return of the Living Dead, Horror's Hallowed Grounds. More Brains, Return of the Living Dead definitive documentary. It's on the Scream Factory. Who did the art? You know, Nate?
That's Graham Humphreys.
Is it Graham?
Yeah.
They're so busy. I do prefer this.
Yeah, I like the original poster. I just love Graham's illustration style so much, even though it's a little busy design, but
I do too. But this is
I
one
like his work, his line work.
He did a poster art for the barn too, didn't he?
No, that wasn't Graham. Graham's a British artist. He did a lot of he did the Nightmare on Elm Street British poster back in the day, and he just did a Mandy one that's outstanding. I used it from a VHS mock-up.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I thought that was your own artwork.
No, that's not mine. No, that's Graham's.
This is a cool book to have too. I don't know if any of you guys have. It's like the history of Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, wow,
Aren't they the ones behind the documentary, More Brains?
I believe so. Gary Smart.
Yeah.
He also did this. Don Calfo came up with the story, The Revenge of the Living Dead, and they turned it into a graphic novel, where it's a direct sequel to this.
Oh, cool. The charm of the practical effect here.
Mm-hmm.
They never do it now.
Now, why didn't you come back as a zombie?
Hey, true.
Boobies.
She's gonna bite your fingers.
You can hear me. Why do you eat me?
Naughty people. Brains.
Why?
Hey Nick, how you doing, man? Just watching Return of the Living Dead.
Hurts to be dead.
Thinking about Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
I probably made some comments about Gina and
Yep, he
on the
did.
news today.
He did. I watched the podcast. He was on with the Bill Burr podcast. Have you seen that show?
Oh yeah, I've been Bert Kreischer's. Yeah.
Yep. He talked about it sounds like he's worried about losing his job too.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He's like, now I have to watch what I fucking say.
Yeah. Oh, who gave us a sad face? Somebody gave us a sad face. Is it not a good movie here? I mean, Return of the Living Dead. Come on, y'all.
And understand that non-living creatures are animated. I mean, you can chop them up into pieces and pieces and still come after you. All you can do is just burn them and then totally reduce them to ashes.
I guess I haven't been keeping up with Segura and Kreischer and Burr. What's going on?
Well, they were just talking about cancel culture today or the other day on the podcast, and
Yeah.
one of the guest comedians brought up Gina Carano's firing for Mandalorian, and so Bill's on there, and he said, "I guess I got to watch what the fuck I say now."
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And he talked about how pleasant of a person Gina Carano is.
Mm-hmm.
Weird times we live in.
Well, yeah, I didn't catch the actual podcast, but I was watching a couple other different YouTubers talking about it, and they had I think a separate one too, where he was just talking about how it's like there's no discussion anymore. You
Yeah.
make a mistake, you don't say, "Hey, your facts are wrong. Look it up." You're automatically sent to the electric chair.
Yeah.
It's by
I don't know.
Well, it's so bad that they're trying to go after Cavill because he dated her.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, this guy talked to her.
Let's ruin his career because he dated a girl for a couple years ago.
Things are getting fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Cancel culture's taking over.
Sadly.
Apparently we look sleepy. Well, Jared's in bed.
I think we're just watching a movie. It's always that part where you stop talking and just are watching.
Yeah, I mean, there's some solid scenes that you got to stop and kind of enjoy, like the scene with the half corpse.
Yeah, once you get to this last, leg of the movie, it gets kind of to the bleak part of it. And...
So, did everybody die in the blast? Also, where does the second one take place?
Isn't it like a truck goes by with the canisters on it?
Yeah, the truck goes by, and one falls into a
stream or something.
Yeah, but
or sewer.
I know the point you made in that comic I have is that they had the wrong coordinates, and so they just barely missed. That was an excuse they had.
He blew up Elizabethtown.
Yeah. Typical Army fuck up.
Why didn't they send Fort Knox over here to take them out?
And Lombardo says, I'd rather deal with the zombies in this movie than deal with cancel culture in real life.
Right?
Yeah,
You have a better chance.
yeah. I may have to rewatch the second one. It's been a while.
Dispatch, this is Bravo 751. We're at the mortuary. We see 2. That is 2.
Yeah,
Second
it's
one's
very slow, but I'm yawning over here. Yeah, it's in
Send
Louisville.
more
The second
cops.
one takes place in Louisville, also.
Huh?
The second one does take place in Louisville.
It does?
Yeah. It says during the zombie. Oh, never mind. It says it's talking about the last.
Oh, okay.
No, I guess it does. It says during the zombie outbreak in Louisville, a military truck is transporting barrels of trioxin when one breaks loose and falls into the river. So it must be
Ohio River.
Louisville, yeah.
Well, if it hit the Ohio River, it's going all over the country.
Well, it went right into like a drainage pipe or drainage tunnel
Yeah.
or something. With the lesser tar man.
Send more cops.
Who was that guy? What was that uniform he's wearing? Is he a bellboy?
It's like a bellhop or something.
Yeah.
Doorman at the Brown Hotel.
Oh, the guy from Shockers in the second one. Mitch Pileggi? Is that how do you say it?
Leggy.
Pileggi? Yeah, he's in the second one.
He's in the second one?
Yeah. He plays Sarge.
I don't remember him being in it.
I don't remember if he has any lines or not. He might have like a couple.
You have to rewatch it.
That'd been right before Shocker, right? Wasn't it a year to come out?
88.
Yes, right before Shocker.
Yeah.
Right around the same time, yeah.
Before X-Files.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in X-Files also?
Yep.
I only really knew him from Supernatural.
He was Agent Skinner in X-Files.
Not an X-Files guy.
It's a shame we didn't get a Horace Pinker sequel.
Agreed.
This part where he's hunting her down is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I can smell your brains.
I love that. Tom Matthews talks about it in the documentary about how much fun he had chasing Beverly trying to eat her brains. He says that's just Alka-Seltzer in his mouth.
His shirt says, his jacket says "fuck you," right?
Yeah.
And they said like what? They said they like reshot other tapes because like for TV. So I think it says his jacket actually says television version on it.
That's good.
That's good. It reminds me when I got banned. I had a Wolf Creek drawing I had on Facebook that got banned because it was like Mick holding a severed head of this girl, and somebody reported it as nudity, and there was no nudity. And it got approved, and then I like put Hello Kitty Band-Aids over all the bad parts of the drawing.
So yeah, actually, there's that first of all that scene where he smacks Miguel Nunez. Apparently, he got pissed off and went after Don when they cut. But yeah, I was gonna say we did a top 50 '80s horror movies.
Yeah.
Back when we started the Horror Syndicate, I made the list, and the picture was Trash sitting in the cemetery with suicide. You know, and it's a picture you posted earlier, Nate, where it's kind of looking up at her, her area.
Yeah, she's got clothes
And,
on, all right.
They were gonna pull that post down, and I had to dispute it. And it sucked because Arrow Video, the Blu-ray distributor, shared their post, and I was like, they cannot take this down because we got probably 2,000 new followers because of that. But I had to dispute it. I said, this is from a classic horror movie. It's not anything perverted. It's not sexual. Even though she gets naked minutes later.
Yeah.
But
What was that? An Arrow shared that post.
yeah, Arrow shared that post, and it kind of went viral for us a little bit. And your website blew up. We had 54,000 views in one day.
I don't want to hang out there any longer than necessary. Lady, you stand right here. Put one hand here, one hand here. When I say now,
Dude, his ankle is swole. Look at that. Woo!
slam at your heart. Ready? Get your ass okay to go.
I like this line. He gives the bird.
Bert, I got faith that you and me. Watch your dress out there.
It's so cheesy. That's totally 80s.
What we need's a goddamn cherry bomb.
Yeah. If they had bars on the window, they'd be fine.
Yeah. That cheap seed they didn't buy. Turn all these zombies.
He's a good goddamn kick in the ass.
Yeah.
Talk to these zombies.
Yes.
What are you taking? Who are you getting it from?
We ought to see if Roman's still in on Elm Street 2. May as well ask Mark. He liked us, right? I think.
Yeah, I just don't know if he'd be want to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 2 again. I like to watch it.
I wonder when the last time he watched it was.
He did a live screening of it on Facebook last year during COVID.
Did he?
Yeah, like live commentary. He already did it. You know.
But he didn't do it with us. Hit it in reverse. That's another thing about this. It's kind of an isolated zombie movie where the rest of it seems like the world is completely ending, you know? Like the Romero movies, which I do like, but this is just kind of an isolated that little area.
Yeah.
To the point, ground zero of the.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking car's total, man. It's all right. My car's still out there, so it's right. Not anymore.
Yeah, he said, Tom Matthews said there was like these tiny slits in the makeup. He could barely see when he was doing this. Oh, I gotta get caught up here. Thoughts on Halloween 4? What now? Thoughts on Halloween 4 fave of Big 3 above Halloween and Nightmare? That's odd.
What?
This guy just randomly said that he likes Halloween 4 over Halloween and Nightmare, I guess.
Halloween 4 is my favorite Halloween sequel, but I can't put it above the original.
No way. And it's not better than Nightmare on Elm Street, in my opinion. Do you guys like?
No way.
I love Night of the Comet.
Yeah, I love Night of the Comet.
Yeah, I love
Never
Night of
seen
the Comet. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
Stop
I've seen Night of the
watching
Comet.
American Werewolf in London so much and watch other movies. Stop watching John Carpenter. Night of the Comet.
No.
No. No more 15 for you.
I'm not a huge fan of Night of the Comet.
I like it. Nate did a great cover for it too for Scream Factory. Night of the Comet's pretty cool. Yeah.
I watched Night of the Comet so much. Like that's one title when Scream Factory announced it. I called the guys up and said, "Hey, I'd love to do that one," and they said, "Oh, well, that's a weird one. We need someone who's a fan." So
Sounds like the shit should have hit the fan out there.
They're like, actually, we can't find anybody who wants to do this one. So
okay, got to get out of the way. Well, it's funny because that same day I said something about Day of the Dead because they announced Day of the Dead that same day, and I went, "Oh my god, I don't know if I would want to touch that." Way Romero fans are.
yeah,
And then they gave it to me.
it's funny though you say that because Day of the Dead was what got me. The Day of the Dead cover got me to even notice Scream Factory.
Well, I'm glad I did it because it was like out of all the titles they released, that was the one I saw in like big box stores and stuff. Like I'd see it at Walmart and Meijer and like
I got
usually
mine at
Scream
Target.
Factory. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I have to have that. That's awesome.
it was actually like leaked to me. Like Michael Felcher from Red Shirts, who does all the documentaries.
Yeah.
He was at Horror Hound and he heard. So I hear you're doing Day of the Dead. I said I am. I hadn't heard. He goes, "Oh shit."
Day of the Dead? You mean Night of the Comet?
No, I'm talking about the Day of the Dead one.
Oh no, I was never mind.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was not supposed to tell, or he didn't know. They hadn't told me yet because he was doing all the special stuff because that's like his favorite movie, and he was excited. So once he told me, I started like thinking about what I would do with it, and then they contacted me a few days later, telling me I got it, and they wanted all the actors, like the lead human characters, and I'd already come up with this concept with Bub with the gun and Dr. Frankenstein and all the other zombies at the bottom. I said, fans, they want to see the zombies.
Yeah.
And so I pitched them that instead.
Sorry,
They loved it.
Yeah, I like the cover you did for Day of the Dead. I like you do a Dawn of the Dead one. Have you done Dawn of the Dead already at all?
I did a Dawn of the Dead T-shirt for Fright Rags, and I did some. Like they did their baseball card, Dawn of the Dead cards. I did those, like sketch cards.
What about Return of the Living Dead?
I did a Tarman T-shirt. I don't think Fright Rex put it out. I think maybe Creepy 2 did that one. Other than that, no, I don't think I've done much Return of the Dead. I'd love to do something, Don. I keep feeling like I think I did something else with Don, but I'm drawing a blank.
Next time you're bored, like when you get your Shining piece, do a Dawn of the Dead piece just for fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Stack it up in your closet with everything else.
Favorite zombie movie.
Any luck on finding the VHS?
I haven't looked to buy it yet, but yeah, I want that. I want that old cover one with Roger. He's like zombie fighting, setting up. Like the one I had. That's what I had George Romero sign when I met him at Wonderfest. The Anchor Bay one with the director's cut version.
Yeah, I think that's the one I have too. I don't even know where all my VHS tapes went.
I got one. I got the Taxi Driver from '85, and this thing is pristine. Like there's not a blemish or mark or fold or bent on it. I was like, whoa! I didn't expect that for as cheap as I got it. That old school filmmaking. There's some painting there.
Yes, Captain. Yes, good one. Mr. Wilson, where are you calling from? See? When did this take place? And when was the tank first breached?
Yeah, I woke up this morning, blew up the whole city.
I see. It's understandable. What happened next?
Bob, what's going on?
And what effect did that have?
A big mirror
Is it me, or
behind
does his
their.
wife look like years older than him?
They're freaks, man. They got a mirror behind their bed. What's up?
Oh,
I like to watch
Get
myself
it.
when I'm giving it doggy style.
I like to watch myself eat lamb chops.
He's like Patrick Bateman.
How many acres did this?
Look at the mirror, Christy. Look at the mirror.
Yes, I see that. Of course.
One of my favorite movies.
Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Wilson. I'm going to switch you back to Captain Turner now. He'll talk to you.
One of these days I'll
Look
do
at
a
that!
top.
Look at that devil worshiping room.
Right?
It's like a Satanist room.
It's either that or it's like a love room from TerraVision. One of the two.
Seriously, look at that room.
Red velvet drapes.
It's like a Mask of the Red Death room.
I wonder what's behind the curtain.
Sir, this is Colonel Butler. Sorry to disturb you.
Is that his office?
It looks like we found that lost assignment.
Initials embroidered in his robe. Why do people put robes on if they're wearing pajamas?
He's like, I don't want to be indecent walking around my house.
Yeah, when it's just him and his wife in the house, we put a robe on. I mean, pajamas is a shirt and
Oh,
bottoms.
no, there's like a gimp living in that room somewhere. It's like, tied to the wall.
Probably, yeah.
I want to see the gimp see my pecker.
Sergeant Jefferson, 42nd Special Mobile Artillery. Yes, sir. Good morning to you too, sir.
Turn your key, sir.
Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
They don't have to consult the president. Oh, look at that model.
Yeah, I love the models at the end of this.
Miniature.
Boosh.
I love the freeze frame ending.
Everybody gets a freeze frame.
He's gonna get you.
They freeze on her the longest.
Boobs.
That's not Louisville.
And it really doesn't look like it hit that big of an area. Oh, there we go.
And it blows part of the roof off.
Well, sir, only 20 square blocks destroyed. Less than 4,000 dead, General. I wouldn't worry about the fires, General. The rain is taking care of that right now.
Yeah, the acid rain. Yeah, that's gonna take care of it.
That'll wash it all away.
I'm surprised that none of the sequels capitalized on this ending.
Yes, sir. I understand the president physically on the mark.
These
You
are
know,
like
I don't understand
reusing of the same shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what they were thinking in making the sequel. It's like, why they rehashed basically the same story.
Do you want
funny
to
that,
party?
It's funny that they have an effect that they don't like. They use it twice in the movie.
Yeah, right. Well, it's funny because that production designer, what's his name? He said that,
Bill William Stout.
yeah, every time he sees that scene, it makes him cringe. Yet it's in there twice. Michael Crabtree, the wide receiver from the 49ers.
Oh Lord.
All right. Well, that's our show. Thanks for everybody for jumping on and hanging out with us who did. I need to find that comic. Where did you get that comic, Seth?
I think it was a limited thing. I mean, it was.
Sam Lombardo's got a good point here. You know they'll wipe away all the sequels
I'm
with
digging at Lombardo.
Yeah, they're gonna jump over all the sequels. Just don't.
I wouldn't mind it with this.
Nah,
Yeah.
because they're so different. Anyway,
Just don't jump over Rave from the Grave. that one has Tarman hitchhiking. So
That's the only one I have not seen.
Was that 4 or 5?
that's the
5.
fifth one.
That's 5.
That was not terrible. The
I
fourth
was
one's
seeing-
unwatchable.
I've only seen 3.
3's good. I love 3. I think 3's better than 2 in my opinion. I think 2 is too much like the original.
Yeah.
But, so what are we talking about next week? Night of the Living Dead, I think. We're doing a whole show talking about George Romero's classic Night of the Living Dead next Tuesday. And we're doing zombies all this month. So we'll do Dawn of the Dead, which needs we're going to do 4 shows on Dawn of the Dead. No.
We're gonna do every cut.
Yeah.
The Argento episode. And
Yep. But yeah, we'll do another one of these soon. Maybe we'll do one in April. See if we can't get Roman, maybe even Tyler from Scream Queen to do it with us. I think that'd be fun. What do you think?
although I think Roman said he's kind of exhausted with Nightmare 2.
I'll butter him up.
I mean, they made that documentary, for 5 years or 6 years.
Let's do the 4th one.
Yeah.
Didn't we do one already?
We did.
We did Dream Warriors.
Yeah, Dream Warriors.
Was that we didn't do the first one?
No. Yeah, we did. I think we did the Nightmare.
Did we?
I think we did Nightmare.
I feel like we did. Yeah, we'll do another one. We'll come back and do another commentary if it's not Freddy's Revenge. I do really want to do Freddy's Revenge though.
What about Freddy's Dead?
Oh, that would be even better, Nate. What do you think? What do you say? There we go. I'm gonna put a petition out there to do Silver Bullet again.
Without me, so you can enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks, Nate, for ruining Silver Bullet for me forever. No, I still love it. But yeah, we'll do another one next week.
We should do Shocker.
I mean, I did buy
Shocker.
Scream Factory last year, and I still haven't watched it, so I do need to watch my Scream Factory. So that'd give me a reason to watch it. How long is that? Is it short enough?
Probably 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably a little over 90 minutes.
It would be a shocker if it wasn't. Huh?
Daddy, that was the worst part ever.
Did you guys hear that?
What'd she say?
Elena said, Daddy, that was the worst pun ever. 110 minutes, actually.
Oh, dang.
What are you doing?
Wow.
I got this.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna stop the show for the night. Thanks for joining us on the big show. Hit the subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. We'll be back next week talking Night of the Living Dead. We'll probably end up talking about both of them, I'd say, but mostly about the Romero classic and maybe even the Savini classic.
There's like 20 of them now, aren't there?
Yeah, and
you can that matter.
You can also find Night of the Living Dead on every movie collection ever. But I will say, if you have not watched or gotten the Criterion Collection edition, it's something you absolutely have to own. I know you can get Night of the Living Dead for $1 at some places, but the Criterion is for any fan of Night of the Living Dead. What?
I still don't have it because I got like the big 30th.
You're gonna play with me.
The restoration of it though, it looks amazing.
Chef's kiss. It really is.
Yeah, even with it being in black and white, man, it's perfect.
Plus, there's some great
I guess I
special
better
features
order
on
that
the-
since we're watching it next week.
Yeah, I got mine for $17. So
They just had the 50% off sale too.
Oh.
yeah, I wish I would have got in on that. I don't know what I would have gotten. I still need to get the Blob and Silence of the Lambs. They're the only 2 Criterion I think I still need to get. and then I'm out. Got Rosemary's Baby and Night of the Living Dead. I don't think Night of the Living Dead's very expensive for Criterion, because I got it for 17. Well, off the Amazon.
I guess considering you can get it so cheap everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
they can't. Although they have like Carnival Souls too, and
Oh yeah, they do, don't
that's
they?
another one you can get anywhere cheap.
The Seventh Seal on Criterion is amazing. Also,
Is that the
Yeah,
Demi
I've
Moore
got
movie?
that one. What?
No, it's the Seventh Sign. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you-
still the Bergman movie.
yeah, with Max von Sydow.
Yeah, I've got that one and Virgin Spring and Persona, and got a few Bergman movies on
You
Criterion.
can get this one for $6. The Mill Creek.
Is this a live thing?
I have it. Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh.
That's why you're not. You be quiet. Which I have anyway. So Night of the Living Dead's next week. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that one. Classic horror movie. I watched it last night, but I'll probably watch it again. Definitely, I'd like to talk a little bit about Night of the Living Dead 1990 because I love that movie. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Rabid Weasels. Jared, you're just too comfortable in that bed, man.
I'm still awake.
And Nate, thanks for joining us. We will see you next week with another show. And all you can see is my hand.
And now all you can see is my hand.
Okay, get out of here. All right. All right, everybody. Have a good night. I love you.